and welcome back to Make It to Merge. I'm Coop.
I'm Kirsty.
And I'm Will.
And we are back to chat through week 2 of Australia versus the world. We've lost some big names this week, so lots to talk about. But before we kick off, a quick reminder to subscribe to the pod so you get notified whenever we release a new episode. And now let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
So week 2, Australia versus the world, episode 1. So we've kicked off straight after George's blindside. I would say it was a blindside for him. He did not see that coming. And we straight away have the post-tribal night scene. Some absolute gold from Shani. She's saying that she's just killed the king. She's in the 100 Days Club and she knew that George wanted to get to the 100 Days Club.
Oh, yeah.
But
no, 99.
She culled him at 99.
Poor George. You know how much that Hundy would mean to him.
Oh,
as well.
it would have meant so much. He would have been getting a tattoo.
Yeah, he actually would have got a
He would
100
have.
tattoo, yeah.
I mean, fair enough. It's a good tattoo.
It's an insane achievement.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, just a day short.
If only
Thanks
he'd
to
achieved.
Shani.
It's quite iconic, actually,
Yeah.
that he's in 99.
Yeah.
99.
I mean, he'll be like, yeah, it's actually better than 100. You know,
Yeah,
it's
he'll
very
try to
hard to
spin it
nail the
that way for
99.
sure.
Like,
Has he retired, George?
no,
I know
I
several.
don't think so.
I know we've had a few retirements this series, but I don't think George is retired.
There's
He's
no
not-
chance. I think George will be playing this game into his 90s.
Yeah. I was thinking about this in work today. I was thinking like, God, all these people just retiring. I wish I could retire.
Right?
know.
I wish I was a Survivor player and that was
Well,
my
all you need
career
to
and
do is win Survivor a couple of times.
yeah, a few mil.
Yeah.
Do you think those big names still, any of them have like their day job? Like, is George still a politician?
I think, yeah.
Is he?
I think he
so.
is. But
Especially if you don't win, right? You don't really get enough money to like just quit your job forever.
well, it depends how good the advice Dave gave
That's
George.
exactly what I was
Apparently,
gonna say, yeah.
George was asking Dave how to monetize Survivor.
It's true.
I mean, he's had the book deal.
Do you think he has? Do you think Tony's still a cop?
And that's what I was gonna. That was gonna be my next
No.
question.
No.
$3 million, you don't stay a cop.
I think he did go back to it like after the first win because I'm sure that they had to like his cop friends had to release some kind of statement that was like, look, he's not like that when he's like actually being a police officer, you know, as if he's like out on the streets of Brooklyn, like conning and deceiving. And, like,
Oh God, you know what? It's reminding me of I think was it Luke on the Tracers and someone was massively having a go at it. No, was it Big Brother? It was Big Brother. It was Luke on Big Brother and he did something tricksy and someone was absolutely coming at him like, are you like this in real life? Do you like trick and deceive everyone? And he was like, no. It's a TV show, obviously
I
not.
feel like this is the thing with reality shows in general, right? Is everyone's kind of playing a character.
Yeah.
Like even on things like, I assume on things like Desperate Housewives or whatever, they're all kind of...
Desperate Housewives.
Well, okay, maybe
Real
not.
Housewives.
Oh, sorry, Real Housewives. Yeah. You can tell I'm very well versed.
I love that.
They're all kind
I
of
love
playing like exaggerated versions
Yeah.
of themselves, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
most of the time, anyway,
Yeah.
you'll always get one or two. That's just them.
Yeah, and that's where it becomes a bit like, oh, come on. So, off to the World Tribe then. I really enjoyed this like confessional that we get from Pav, and she's talking about Tony, and she's just basically commenting on how much of a big threat he is. She says, Tony has endless energy. He won't sleep for days. He'll be out looking for idols. And she's basically just trying to say like his threat level is so big that actually she wants to keep him in the game because compared to someone like Tommy, who's much more laid back, just doesn't really feel like a threat at this minute. But it just really made me laugh that she said he doesn't sleep for days because I can just imagine that.
Do you think he's out there with his torch then, lit in the fire, looking for it?
Oh my
How's
God.
he seeing them?
Yeah, we've never seen that before, actually, have we?
I
I'm just
assume they're not
picturing-
allowed to, right? Otherwise, we would have
Yeah.
Well, I'm just picturing that that one from what was her name? And she was out in the mangroves all night.
Oh, yeah, when she was looking for the super idol.
Ziggy, yeah, I'm just picturing it like that.
Oh, God, that
I really
was
enjoyed
wet.
that, actually. I
Did
must do something
you?
like that again.
Very
Yeah.
unique, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I
Like you're gonna win this super idol. Oh, by the way, you're gonna be out in the mangroves all night,
You have
like
to go
trying
and
to find
search
it.
the mangroves all night.
See the
So
dedication.
challenging, yeah.
coming back and being like, oh, sorry guys, I'm not going to give it my all in this challenge. Was in the mangroves all night. You know how it is.
Those bloody mangroves.
Mangroves. So do you think he was running around with his torch lit?
I'm going to say yeah, because I can just imagine out of everyone that's there, it would be Tony to do that.
Well, I mean, if this happened, I think it's a travesty. We've got no footage of it.
True. It really is, yeah.
Almost like it probably didn't happen. I think it does talk to, you know, it's the whole shield thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like everyone wants another bigger player to be their shield, and then they'll take it through to the end and pin them off last minute.
Yeah,
That whole
and
strategy.
Tony would have been that big.
Tony would have been
Tony
a
would have
mega
been
shield.
The wind beneath our wings.
He's the wind beneath my wings.
Oh, it's
So we get a scene then of the Girls Alliance. So we've got-
boring.
yeah, I mean,
The Girls Alliance.
I'm usually very here for a Girls Alliance, but I'm not so much here for this
Who are
one.
we talking about specifically?
Well, it
So-
is iconic because it's Suri, Parv, Cass, and Lisa. So, but still,
They have a conversation where Cass and Lisa want Tony out, and Suri and Parv want Tommy out, and that's kind of where they're at in their alliance.
I think my problem with it always happens in every Survivor, right? They have the gender split alliance. It seems unavoidable at this point. But not only that, this is Parv's staple, right? It's the black, she's just bringing the Black Widow alliance back, which is not, to me, that interesting. We've seen it before. I'd love to see something new from big players like that.
I think my problem is that I love a Girls Alliance, but I very much know that this alliance is to the detriment of Tony, and therefore I feel quite biased.
That's probably my real problem with it as well, to be
This is
fair.
it. My problem is that they use their powers for evil. And
Yes, that's it, exactly. That's it.
usually, no.
I mean, yeah, it's an iconic alliance for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tony thing, I think you're right. It's
I
that's what's bringing it down for me.
Yeah,
I'm just bitter.
Back over on Australia Beach, we have Janine and Luke. They are locked in an alliance at this point, but they are very much at the bottom, and they've established that they're at the bottom of that alliance. But they've kind of sworn to each other, especially after Janine voted Shawnee. Luke voted Shawnee on Janine's request.
Oh, yes.
In the previous tribal.
Done.
Done. They're like locked in.
I'm quite
this.
enjoying a Luke Janine duo.
I am.
It's-
And I love seeing them both working from the bottom. I
Yeah.
feel like Luke working from the bottom is the most fun look.
Yeah, we see the best from a lot of players working from the
I was
bottom.
going to say, yeah, I think the best players are the ones that can play entertainingly at the bottom and then come out of it. Obviously, case in point, like Miles from last season.
I was just thinking of my.
Yeah.
Exactly. We also get like a bit of kind of foreshadowing, I guess, between Janine and Sarah at this point. There's kind of like a scene where it's very uncomfortable between the two of them. Kirby walks past Sarah and Sarah asks her, "Do you want me to come with you?"
Oh,
and
yeah.
Kirby just says, "No."
Nah.
No, that was dreadful.
That was so awkward.
wasn't it?
I felt so bad. I felt so bad for Sarah as well because I could just feel that awkward pain. It was like, oh.
They never really had the conversation that we saw, because do you remember how Sarah asked Kirby to vote for Shawnee and Kirby didn't? She voted for George.
But then
we never.
Sarah didn't vote for Johnny either.
No, but then we were of the understanding that it was some kind of test for Kirby.
Well, I
but then
don't-
that conversation didn't ever come out. It just
No.
remained incredibly awkward.
It was just, we just didn't really see, like, it obviously disintegrated rapidly, but we didn't really see the lead up so much.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to see a bit more of that, like.
Unraveling.
Yeah, exactly. Unraveling. We do see Sarah go and have a conversation with Janine, and she kind of slips that she doesn't trust Kirby, and then she tries to bring it back. Too
And
late. Janine's straight on that with that juicy bit of information.
Janine can't believe her luck.
Yes, exactly.
Janine's seeing all the cracks this season.
She's figuring it out, would you say, Will?
I might say that, yeah.
So Janine straight over to Luke then and spills the beans about what Sarah said. Luke's first thought is, tell Kirby. Just tell Kirby straight away. Why not? I made a note at this point that I'm not sure what it says on Luke's jumper, but it almost looks like it says like immortal or something. Have you noticed?
I don't know, but maybe he'll be selling them after the series.
Well, that's what I'm hoping, because it's kind of got like the green, like a similar green colour to the Creepin tees.
I'm sad Creepin isn't actually back.
Oh my God, good
Why have we
point.
not seen that back? And also, why he's not even said Creepin?
You're right.
He's not even been creeping.
Maybe Tony's put his foot down and says, hey, Spy Shack's my thing on this season.
Spy Shack's my shack.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Tony knows who Luke is. Given that he did when we watched him and Drop Your Buffs. He didn't know Nick had been on it. And he didn't know that David voted Nick out.
Yeah, you're right.
He was so bamboozled. He was like, you played with Dave. Yeah. And he voted you out.
Oh my God, he was iconic on that show. Well, anyway, Janine tells Kirby. Kirby's obviously not happy.
Not happy. Would you say that's an understatement?
I would say, but she hides it quite well, as she does.
She doesn't go runaway train.
Not just yet. Well, actually, she doesn't at all. But yeah.
I feel like Kirby has the similar under pressure expression as George, where it's like she's got a big smile on her face, but her eyes go slightly wider. She's like calculating and also just like slightly seething with rage underneath, trying to keep her cool. But like,
we need to get this as a video podcast because everyone needs to see this, like, you know, impression that you're doing well with the eyes bulging and the eerie grin.
The eerie grin.
Yeah.
I'm well practiced in the eerie grin.
Off to the immunity challenge then. I really enjoyed Lisa on the way in. She was like, some sort of wobbly something. Just very accurate description of the challenge. It was that one where you had like a box. You had to like balance your feet.
Oh, yeah. Which previously we've seen where it's two people from the same tribe pushing the box against each other. I've never seen it against the pole before.
No. Oh, yes, because this one was an individual challenge.
Yeah.
Of all the stupid things.
An individual challenge just before merge, where we're going to have a bunch of individual challenges.
Why would they do this? I'm so annoyed.
Well, this is where it all begins to unravel for Tony, as we'll talk about. So the tribes are split into two, obviously. Well,
from this, I'm just going to say from this point on, it's like a bit of a cluster frick for Tony.
A little bit, yeah.
Exactly. I feel like we just need to, our tone may be slightly fed up from this point onwards.
Yeah, I think just to set the groundwork for people listening now, we are not pleased that Tony has gone home. In fact, we are devastated.
Essentially,
and that may come through slightly.
Essentially, every person that we've decided is now our favourite player this season has then gone home instantly, including how we decided that Rob Bentelli was our favourite player of the season prior to the start of the season. And he was the first boot. So that's how our season's going.
We do.
How's yours going?
We do, because then after when Tony went, I was like, oh, like, at least Kirby's going to be doing all sorts.
Yeah. I know. Oh
We've got a curse.
Of course.
We better not just say anything good about players that we want to do well now.
Oh, yeah.
No. So, it's individual immunity. One person from each tribe is going to win the immunity necklace. Quick point, I quite enjoyed how they had like the two necklaces were like hanging on the hooks of the original.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. On the antlers.
Like the horns.
Yeah.
Antlers. Horns.
Yeah, horns, antlers,
Yeah, and hanging on them. Kirst, I'm keen to know your thoughts on the individual immunity necklace because I know you weren't too keen on the idol.
Is it got like what is this new creature that's come from Merge? Is it some kind of like ram?
I think it is
looks
a ram.
like it, yeah.
I thought curly.
I noticed there's one embossed on the voting table as well in the voting booth.
Is that?
Yeah, there's a ram on the far side that would be facing the camera, but I don't know if it always shows up.
Cool, that's a good eye. I've not seen that.
Fair enough. Yeah, fine. I don't mind it.
I just quite like the colour scheme with the feathers.
The green and the feathers.
I thought it was yellow and red.
I can barely remember it.
Is it not green like the actual ram, but it's like that kind of
like iridescent
green?
Yeah. Yeah, pearly. And then like yellow red feathers like all around.
That sounds cool, but I remember it being much more boring than you're describing.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just.
But I can't really remember it that well.
Why have they gone for a ram?
Good question.
Is there like a significance?
Maybe it's what they saw as like the hybrid between the bird skull and the kangaroo.
That's very bizarre.
Merge into a hybrid of some kind of ram or
It's a
something.
ram when you put a kangaroo and a bird together.
Well, have you ever put a kangaroo and a bird together? and seen what happens. I don't know. Maybe it produces a round.
Did you like, Coop? I know you like this kind of thing, that they had 2 exact same versions of the necklace.
Yeah, I do enjoy that. Exact replicas.
You know, the weird thing that I noticed at the end of the challenge is Parv and Sarah, spoiler alert, who both won the challenge, were also both wearing the same necklace.
Yes.
Like, not immunity necklace. Like, they
plans.
literally both just happened to be wearing the same necklace.
I noticed that, and they gave each
And they
other
were
the wee
like,
nod.
oh, nice necklace, yeah.
Oh, I thought they were doing that about the immunity necklace.
No, they both had this little. It was similar to the one you wear, actually.
Yeah,
that little
again,
gold,
we need
like-
this pod on video because our listeners can't see the necklace.
Yeah, you're obviously a
Oh, I'm
trendsetter.
in with the gal.
Yeah.
Oh, you are, absolutely. And something else I noticed from the next episode then is that when he takes the necklace back, he only takes it off Parv. Sarah doesn't have it anymore. Does she leave it at Tribal Council? You know, when they don't have it?
Oh, that's a good
Oh, I
point.
didn't
I don't
notice
remember
that.
what happened to
Or has
it.
she hidden it on the beach somewhere as a souvenir? Hopes he's forgotten.
Well, Lisa has to sit out with this one. JLP says it's due to a medical issue.
Do you know what it made me think
Go
of?
on.
Last
PD.
series.
Yeah.
Last season, yeah.
When he was he was injured and then
For like 3 challenges, he couldn't do anything, right?
he was like hobbling in on crutches and inexplicably was still in it and
Yeah.
wasn't.
It was very that. This is what made me laugh is that he said to her, Lisa, you get no shot at immunity. Are you okay with that? As if she's going to be like, no.
Great.
Yeah, it's like, well, actually, now I want you to bring in a new challenge and play something I can do.
Well, we
Yeah.
find out later they can't just bring in a new challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
We're just desperate to talk.
I know. I mean,
He's great.
Yeah, let's get through. They won, you know.
Well, no, 'cause
Sarah
I
won,
won.
Parv won, bish bash bosh.
Excuse me.
Yeah, matching necklaces, both necklaces,
Yeah, we are.
immunity and actual
Covered it.
necklaces. Bish bash bosh, we're back at the scramble.
Right. Just because you two haven't got any notes this episode.
Oh.
Luke, I really wanted to touch on his performance in the challenge because it was so...
His performance, literal performance.
Yeah, it was so animated, his
Theatrical.
face. Yeah, and he was like, I am dying right now.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to bring it up because, Kirst, I think you got your bingo card stamp in this point because JLP was
Yes.
loving it. He was
Yes.
howling
He was-
laughing.
He was doing his
Yes. So
Yep.
I think you've got that one crossed off because I'd say it probably is,
Is that-
a little inappropriate giggle.
Is that the first square any of us have got?
I think so.
Potentially, we might.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
So well done. So this challenge goes on for a fair while and JLP continues to make it harder and harder. First, they have to do hands behind the head. Then they have to take 1 foot off because he literally cannot break Cass and Parv.
I think what's interesting as well is that all those things happened after Australia were done.
I know.
Right,
Australia were out so quick.
this is one thing I can't get my head around is how they all did so badly. Although I guess once some of them started dropping, they only have to beat people in their own tribe.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. We don't know how long Sarah could have gone. She probably could have gone quite a lot longer.
She said
and in
she
fact,
could
she
have
said,
gone
didn't
longer.
she? She could have gone longer.
If someone said to you, who do you think will do better at this, like Janine and Shawnee, or say like Tony or Sari, you probably would have been betting on
Yeah.
Shawnee.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because Shawnee has done
She's good
very
at
well
it.
at this
Yeah.
challenge in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a shock, wasn't it? So Cass and Parv are still in this for quite a while, to the point where Parv tries to make a deal with
What
Cass.
is the deal? I don't
The
understand.
deal was if you drop now and let Parv win this individual immunity, the next endurance challenge, like one where they've got to stay in the same position for ages, she will let Cass win.
Well, how does this come into action? Because we've had one since, and she didn't.
I think
Cass
it's-
win.
I think it's
Does
on
Cass
request.
Call it in when she was on request.
Oh, it's got to be on request,
Right,
right?
okay.
Otherwise, it's just like, oh, yeah, well, you had that one. And I bowed out early,
Okay.
even if you actually didn't bow out. You
Got
just lost.
it.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
I mean, they didn't obviously speak the terms, but you've got
Yeah.
to assume, right? Otherwise,
That's what I was wondering.
rubbish.
So back to the beach then, and we get kind of a scramble from both tribes because both tribes are going to tribal council. We have a confessional from Tony. He's he's freaking out because people keep saying to him that they don't know who they're voting for. And obviously he's like, ding, 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 red flag, alarm bells going off.
I mean, you don't love to see Tony voted out, but at the same time, it's pretty hilarious. His reactions to everyone saying they don't know.
Yeah. Every time it happens throughout the episode, he's just like, right.
I don't know.
You don't know. Because it's true though, right? It's like, even from the start of a scramble, you've got a name in your mind.
Yeah, and especially when they're doing it in tribal council and he's like, we're about to vote. And
he goes up to Cass, like, who you vote for? He's like, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
Yeah, that sealed the deal of the shoe idol, didn't it? We'll get on to it. But yeah, it was very much the start of what we hoped to see last episode, this runaway train leaving the station. We get a nice shot of Sari asking if Jonathan is sitting in his digs thinking of ways to drive us crazy.
I loved that.
Because, yeah, I did. Also, I note that the US tribes specifically say Jonathan. I was like, Jonathan this.
Oh, yeah,
Jonathan that.
Yeah.
Whereas like the Aussies are like JLP.
Yes. Who is this Jonathan?
Yeah, I know. Very formal, isn't it?
Well,
they're showing him the respect he deserves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you tried calling Jeff a nickname, you'd have hell rain down upon
Jezza.
Imagine walking out onto the map first day on US Survivor. Right, Jezza?
Yeah. Did you like this shot of Tony left at camp where like everyone was off scurrying and they played like a wind sound?
Yes,
effect?
I did love that.
They may as well have got like a tumbleweed.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
Very upsetting.
It was very upsetting.
It was like that scene in Lilo and Stitch, where Stitch goes out into the woods by himself and he's got that wee book about the ugly duckling and he's on his own and he's like, no family.
Oh God, don't, because I'm feeling like very emotional today. I feel like that might tip me over the edge.
Like Tony, like in the shelter, like, last, no family.
But he does then start chasing the girls around and he's decided that he will not let them be having any conversations without him
I love
in
this.
it.
All the shots of him like coming up behind them.
Yeah.
So if there's one thing you can say about Tony, he's not going to roll over and just die.
It's like
Absolutely not.
the new version of the Spy Shack, but he doesn't hide. He just follows them around in the open.
It's like the worst private detective ever.
Or the best.
Or the best, yeah. Depends what you're aiming for, doesn't it?
So Cass finally persuades Sari to vote for Tony, which I was quite shocked at. And Sari says she needs to then try to persuade Pav the same thing. Meanwhile, Tony smells a rat. He's not being told any names convincingly enough. So he's scrambling, basically thinking he needs to do something. He says something like, not only is it not my first rodeo, it's a rodeo I've won before twice. So at this point, I'm thinking, yes, he's going to pull something epic out of the bag.
And
out of his bag
out
of
the
tricks.
bag he does.
Yeah. So he says he's going to pretend that he's got an idol then. And we head off to tribal council safe in the knowledge that Tony is going to stir.
He's up to something.
Tony's Titanic move.
Yeah. Side note, that was very irritating, that promo.
Why?
Because
You're like,
literally,
we knew who was going to lose.
use an analogy which is like,
Why do they
doesn't
always-
mean something's going to sink, because then it's like, well, is Tony going down then?
Presume we also had an Australian scramble, seeing as how they're both at tribal.
We
probably don't need to recap. Like, and I don't remember anything exciting.
It was very, to be honest, all of my attention was basically on the World Tribe, but there was an Australian one. It was that Shawnee wanted to vote Janine and others wanted to vote out Shawnee, but Kirby wanted to keep Shawnee. So that was kind of the dynamic of the Australia tribe. But yeah, we didn't really get that much time on it. And also going into the tribal, they're all kind of like speculating on what's going to happen. Like, how is it that only one person's going to go home?
Shawnee had thought that it might be a fire-making challenge, obviously with the two people who've received the most votes going to fire. It is a fire-making challenge, but tonight's a little different. So we get rocks, which woo, rocks, tribal. not quite the same.
Yeah,
rocks
remember
as
when
the
that
one.
was like something we were just wishing for? every week?
Yeah.
And now it's just like, oh, rock.
Oh, right. I mean, it's not quite the same high stakes
no.
rock fest that we want, but they do rocks to decide who's going to do the fire. And there's like a lot of foreshadowing because you see Suri like asking Tony for tips.
Oh, yeah.
And sure enough, it's Suri. I feel like the two people that got the white rocks just really didn't want to have to do the fire.
Yeah. I think Suri even is like, God damn it.
Yeah, I feel like she just cannot be bothered having
Yeah. I mean, really, nobody wants to be in that position, right? I think Tony might have been okay
Yeah.
with it. 'cause
Oh, he would
knew
have
was he knew he was fighting his life and he's good at it. But most of the time, you don't want to be the one that potentially loses it for your tribe.
Oh God, I wish we'd seen Tony during that fight.
How he would have gone.
Started like a bushfire or
Oh, yeah.
the wall.
The whole jungle would be alight.
Producers would be coming in for that.
Oh, yeah.
Evacuate. You're all going to Jury Villa. Yeah, so then we get Sarah's got a very interesting technique that JLP calls out that he's never seen before.
Right.
Yeah.
It works. Well, it works.
It works very well, actually.
We have seen this on one prior season
Have
of
we?
US.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was Cook Islands. And it was this character called Cowboy.
Yeah.
And he was like their kind of fire whisperer, wasn't he?
He was,
had
yeah.
this strange swinging technique. And yeah, maybe that's where she learned it from.
Yeah, and also apparently on a lot of like Australian sort of bushcrafty TV shows and things, that's a technique they show people
it?
swinging the fire, swinging the kindling around. Yeah, because you just get oxygen into it straight away, don't you?
yeah. Well, I mean, it seemed to
It
work.
worked really well. I was impressed.
Very
At first, I was
impressive.
like,
What the hell is she doing?
I know. She's lost it.
Turns out she won it.
Yeah.
She won it. And I mean, it was like Suri didn't really even have a flame and Sarah had a raging bonfire. So it was
Yeah.
quite obvious which way this was going to go.
Yeah, exactly. So with Australia are off then, and we're
off.
into the nitty gritty of the World Tribes Tribal.
Oh,
I mean,
so
we've got to get on and talk about this shoe.
oh,
The shoe.
the shoe.
So Tony's asking Cass, do you know who you're going to vote for? Again, don't know. And
That's it.
it for him. The shoe has dropped. He's just not having this anymore. He's fed up with people saying they don't know.
I'm just obsessed with this. So, like, we've seen a fake idol before, but he's
This
obviously
is just next level.
I'm going to put this shoe on and I'm going to feel safe tonight.
I just, it was the most, you know what, even though I really wanted it to work so badly because
Yes.
it would have been literally the most iconic moment in
Best.
all of International Survivor. That nothing would have topped it.
I mean, in all TV, probably.
in all of TV. But even though it didn't eventually pay off, it's still pretty damn iconic.
Oh, so,
Tony is
JLP,
sat there with a
his
shoe
shoe.
tied around his neck.
I mean, JLP could not believe his eyes,
all
much like
aboard
all
the
the viewers.
fake idol
Nobody could-
express. No one could.
JLP was literally mirroring everyone at home's faces, just like,
Right. Here's what I don't quite understand. So he's got the rocks in a sock.
Yes.
And he's put the sock and the rocks in the shoe
Yes.
and is wearing the shoe.
Yes.
But was the shoe, I mean, it was necessary because it was just so iconic, but like, could he not just have been like holding the socks with the rock?
Well, yeah, in theory.
the stupid thing is
I'm glad he
that
did not.
I was watching it thinking, what's the point in the rocks? Like, obviously now, because I was just seeing the shoe as an idol.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, why does he need the rocks? But obviously the rocks were to pretend it was an actual idol, which is,
Yeah.
the more sensible thing, because who's going to believe a shoe?
What's he thinking? Because he hasn't seen an idol. He doesn't know how big it is, what it looks like. So if he just had a sock and, had a rock in it, maybe he didn't know how many rocks to put in.
Yeah, true. And also, I think people would have been like, well, I think people were like this anyway. Like, if you had the idol, why
You'd
would you
just
not
have it
just?
out,
yeah,
yeah.
because
Well.
you're that at risk.
It's such a
You would just-
blatant last-ditch attempt, isn't it?
No, I think as well the shoe thing is so outlandish that maybe he thought it might have worked because it was just so ridiculous.
I mean, I'd say it definitely planted a seed of doubt, like a very small seed of doubt. But it seems to me that Parv is very well versed with Tony's game, and she's like, no, he's not.
And she is fuming at this point as well. She's just like completely turned against him because he started attacking her apparently about. Well, even though it was true.
Well, yeah.
So this read, actually, we need to talk about how good that read was. Because he did not see her bring back the key.
Even though he said he's not come back.
Yeah.
But he's that convinced and he's dead on the money that they did find the key, that he decides to call her out, which I feel like was such a good tactic.
Great.
Because had she not told the other girls, that would have really potentially
caused a real division.
Exactly, exactly. So,
and then people would have maybe gone for Sari.
Yeah, potentially. But unfortunately for him, all the girls did already know that she had found the key in the box.
Did you like his advice to Tommy? Where he's like, Tommy, you need to go over and convince him.
Yeah. Tommy didn't do a very good job.
He did not do a good job. Come on, Tommy. You had one job.
I know.
Tony's there with his Oscar-worthy shoot performance. And you couldn't even persuade your two closest allies to put out Sari.
Oh my God. It's a good job that they're allowed to bring so many pairs of shoes on Survivor, isn't it? Because otherwise he might not have had anything to hang around his neck.
I'm sure they didn't used to be allowed to do that. And then like people were like burning their shoes on the fire by mistake.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm always flabbergasted by how many shoes they've got. They're always carting around like it feels like about 3 pairs, doesn't it, to every challenge. But anyway, so yeah, we see them all go up to vote then. And yeah, like you said, Will, Parv is furious that Tony's turned on her, basically. And this is where it just gets really frustrating because she was actually wanting to keep Tony in. And it's really annoying that potentially that could have come through and they could have voted off Tommy and we could still have Tony. But unfortunately, the box thing, I think, just tipped her over the edge, didn't it? And she was like, nah.
Her mind, she was like, I'm ready to vote.
Yeah.
I think on her end, her and Sari, they didn't give Tony enough reassurance to stop him going full Tony.
They didn't give him any.
Well, no, they didn't give him any. They weren't really talking to him. They definitely didn't tell him about the box, even though he was pretty sure he knew they had the key.
Yeah.
They didn't really tell him anything.
Yeah, we didn't see them.
What's the Tony to do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not surprising. And he's obviously prone to a bit of paranoia as it is, let alone in that.
No.
What do you mean?
I mean, let alone in that scenario. So yeah, the writing was on the wall, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think he did seem like somewhat hopeful even when he put his vote in, didn't he? But who did he vote for again? Was it Tommy?
Sari.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Because Tommy, Tommy was meant to convince others.
No, and Tommy voted for Tony in the end as well.
And the betrayal.
I know. So that was it.
No.
The end of Tony.
The end of our new favourite player of the season.
He was always
Always up there, yeah. We never really got to see the full runaway train, but we kind of did, but not to the extreme
I would have liked to have
wanted.
seen him pair up with some Australian players.
I would have loved to see the Tony train hit station merge.
Oh,
Absolutely.
and do you know what I think as well, because we were so close.
So close.
Yeah.
So close. Do you think the producers were actually very pleased about all this because it meant they were going into merge with a 5-5?
But I feel like as a producer, you would have wanted that level of
Tony.
Tony.
You just would have wanted Tony.
Because I just really wanted to see like the potential pair ups between like Tony and Luke. I would have loved to see them play together. Tony and George potentially. So yeah, real shame.
I know, we never got to see Tony and George at the same tribal council.
I know.
That feels like a missed shot, right?
I know.
Amazing.
I feel somewhat robbed.
Do you know what they
gonna
should have
lie.
done? They
bit.
should have done Tribe Swap at episode 3, like I thought they were going to. It's such a short series.
Yeah.
We have so many thoughts. So many thoughts.
Annie's retired now.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do another Australia versus the world in like 10 years for like.
Oh, the same player's back.
If you think he was talking about crawling around in the mud and he's, 52, did he say?
Yeah, he's not going to be
coming back when he's 62.
He looks very good for 52. He
does.
Must
Oh, he
be all
does.
that running around that
And
he
there's
does.
been older players on Survivor.
Exactly. Right, we need to talk about this part at the end of that tribal as well, where Pav comes back in and asks JLP to hold her torch for her so she can scurry around and get that
The
idol.
cheek. JLP is not a torch holder.
Well, he is.
He is, yeah.
Apparently so, yeah.
Would Jeff have done that?
Oh, good
Absolutely
question.
not.
Jeff would have been like, it's snuffed for even asking.
Yeah.
Takes it, snuffer, it's out, be gone.
And the other's like, where's Pav?
With a double limb.
So yeah, Pav now has the idol as we're moving into episode 2. One of the kind of opening scenes of episode 2 I loved from Sari, where she's chatting to Pav and she's like, why do they keep coming for you and voting for me? Like, Sari's always like the scapegoat, almost, isn't she? They're too scared to go for Pav, so they go for the right-hand woman.
Well, like Parv had the necklace, didn't she, in the last one? But yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. But yeah, still, there's a recurring theme there of people going for Sari, I think. I really wanted to talk about Luke's outfit because this,
Again?
yeah, I know.
It's not the same jumper you wanted to talk about.
No, this time it's the jacket. Did you not?
Oh,
clock
I
it?
loved the jacket.
That huge jacket. How have we not seen that already?
Fab.
It
I
was
don't know.
fab.
I mean, it was fabulous.
I mean, I think we need to ask Luke directly, but it feels like there would be some idol hiding shenanigans going on in there. It's huge.
I know what my top outfit of the season so far is.
Oh, yeah. I think we've got the same.
Coming up.
Well, I feel like we should just say it now.
Well, it's Sari in her rain gear with the hat.
Obsessed.
Love
With
that.
the hat and Luke's jacket.
I love that she was wearing it whilst like running around between different groups to figure out what was going on and like tell people the plan and stuff.
She is comedy gold.
I love
honestly.
Sari so much.
so funny. Even when she's not trying to be.
She's just like
in her hat.
yeah, a great character.
Just pottering around. So after what they think is a challenge then, turns out it's the Survivor auction, code for merge. But there's no hanging about from JLP. He says it's so quick. He's like, okay, everyone trying to time to drop your buffs. Like there's no build up. There's no... So Shani, how does it feel seeing the world tribe so close? You know what I mean?
Although I feel like, see when they get there and they see like this like ram everywhere that's not been seen up to this point, they probably think, right, well, this is definitely a marriage because what's this ram? Where's the kangaroo gone?
And there was
and the hammer. Yeah, the
hammer's
hammer.
there.
And Shawnee says, love to see an auction hammer.
Yeah. They're just straightened.
Just straight in. I have a question about the auction for you.
Go on.
Were you sad not to see JLP's giant coin?
The coin, yes.
No, we hated the coin.
I loved it for the comedy value. But yeah, back to the gavel this year, unfortunately. Okay, first item up on the auction. Straight away, no messing around. We're in with the scroll.
Screw.
Scroll.
What did you think of this scroll?
Crock of shit.
Why was it? Why? Why have they done this scroll?
Oh my God. It was,
I mean, without descending too much, but it was rubbish.
it was actively detrimental. Well, I guess the decision he made with it was actively detrimental.
Yeah.
See, like, even if he'd revealed, like, you know, even if he'd bid on something and JLP opened the cage and it was nothing, that's still better than this scroll where
Yeah.
he's got to send someone back.
They really wanted the cookie saga to happen again.
I know.
They really wanted it.
But then that got scuppered because the jar got smashed.
Yeah. I mean, they must have been gutted when that happened.
Oh, I bet.
They're like Parv smashing this jar into the sand like it was just going to be fine. You could see the producer's hopes and dreams shattering.
Along with the jar.
Being covered in sand, just like those cookies.
I did quite like the nod to James, the grave digger, when she was like shoveling.
Oh, yeah. Using some tips from my old friend James.
Yeah.
God, I just love, you know, when they give the wee nod to previous players.
Yeah, it goes all like really meta, doesn't it? The auction itself, I've got to say, I was somewhat disappointed.
Boring, as
Yeah.
Shawnee would say. Boring.
There was no like table for somebody to feast on it. like everything.
That's what I thought the first scroll was going to
Yeah, it usually is.
Wow,
See, I always look out for the table when it comes to the Survivor auction. And if I ever play Survivor, which I probably won't, I'll be going to that auction looking out for that covered thing. Because if there's a table there, odds are the very first thing that comes up is going to be that thing that says you get to have something of everybody else's. So I'll be in there with $500 straight away.
Yeah.
And then I'll find out it's a coconut.
You're so genre savvy. Because the table's there to begin with, right? It's not like JLP pulling out this fold-up table from behind his auction podium, is it?
Yeah, although there was one time where it was a bath.
Yeah, I remember the bath one.
And I, to be honest, would have been gutted by that because I don't be sitting in a bath and no one wants that.
I don't think they got everything in the bath. It was just the bath.
I think they
It
got
was the
some
bath and maybe,
champagne
like-
or something, maybe.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
The only way that stupid scroll could have been worse is if it was just like, you are instantly eliminated.
It was pants. You know what else was annoying me? The popcorn jar. I was like, there's going to be something in that.
It was so tall.
So tall.
Where was
Surely that was a nod to like Dave and the popcorn in that series.
Yeah.
And like in the background of some of the shots, you could see Kirby's hand like literally digging around in it. And I was thinking, oh, hello, she's going to get something.
She's as disappointed as we were.
No. You know what else annoyed me?
Go on. No.
So you know how Sarah won
know,
that
like-
gigantic chocolate cake?
Yes.
It was very like Bruce Bogtrottery from Matilda, wasn't it? But we never even saw it we never saw her eating anything apart from that one slice that she took at the start.
Also, wasn't there a big chocolate cake in, I think, a US Survivor reward, and they had to eat it all before they left?
Yeah, but they got to share it.
Yeah, but it was still just like them ramming it into their faces.
Yeah. But JLP did say that you've got to finish what you're eating now.
Well, no,
We
they
never
got a
saw
couple of
anything more
minutes
the
at the end.
cake.
They got a couple of minutes at the end. They're like, oh, we'll give you a couple of minutes to...
It also, that's another one that seemed primed to have something in it. You know, like your Christmas pudding that your granny would bake
Yeah,
with
a
like
little
coins
coin
in
in
it.
there or
I mean,
something.
you'd think it could have had an idol.
So many missed opportunities.
Or a cool-
And then there was no dud ones, really. There
Well,
was no,
the first one.
Oh, apart from the,
The
first one.
ultimate duds.
Yeah, but there was no
There's
like
other ones.
coconut or...
But the dud turned out
Bowl
to
of
not be
rice.
even a dud.
Well,
apart
yeah.
from for Luke.
Well, it was a real... Yeah, I know.
He should, who won it? He should have just sent himself back.
Oh,
but-
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
agree.
it'll-
But very strange all around.
Very, very strange.
And
was an
God,
odd
the auction, it just finishes so abruptly. I know that's the thing, but it's just like, right, that's it.
Yeah. There was a couple of like tense moments within the auction as well, because I think Kirby and Sarah are now starting to get like very tense between them. Like they're in a bidding war together, aren't they?
Yeah, but sorry, just to go back to Luke's thing again, tension, Parv counting down.
Oh my God.
Like,
oh my God.
literally saying like she does with her daughter.
Gosh, she has balls of steel. If she was doing that to me, I'd be like, sorry, Barb.
Luke, I can't believe Luke didn't cave. I would have really seriously reconsidered it if I
I
was
wonder
at
if
that
he
point.
maybe didn't know that he could send himself.
I mean, possibly, because I wouldn't have thought of that either.
But he could have sent Tommy because he had no money.
Yeah, it's like if you send Tommy, you're not really screwing him over.
Although, I don't know. I think once you've made that initial quite strange decision, you kind of have to stand by your
Yeah.
guns or you look weak if you
Yeah,
backtrack.
definitely,
So
yeah.
fair play to him, standing his grounds.
Just a real...
Strange choice to begin
Yeah, I think it was a panic decision
with.
because...
you don't expect the scroll to say that.
No,
do you?
you don't. You expect it to be...
Have everything.
A throne where you get to eat everything, but no. I think maybe then I guess his reasoning would have been that he thought perhaps there would have been something further coming on in the auction, like an idol or an advantage, and he didn't want one of the most powerful players in the game to get it.
Yeah,
Which
makes sense.
I mean, you know,
And-
you're hungry, you're tired. He's made a bad decision.
Strategically wise, I guess, yeah, keep Tommy there because he's got no money. So he can't bid on anything.
Oh, yeah.
Neither does Luke.
Look. Oh,
Yeah, just very strange
The whole
decision.
auction was very odd.
Yeah, it was.
Lots of weird decisions, lots of it wasn't a traditional Survivor auction, didn't feel like it.
No, weird vibe.
Quite short, wasn't it? So we've got then Parv back at the beach finding this jar of cookies. Quite like, like you said, a nod back to the Jericho season. And she finds this advantage. Now, we've only ever seen this advantage in Australian Survivor once before.
Yes.
The knowledge is power,
Miles.
haven't we? Yeah, Miles. And it was played
Hilarious.
fabulously. So we're now just kind of waiting to see, I guess, like whether Parv is able to play that. You've got to be pretty sure in what you're doing. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not she...
So Parv has an idol and an idol stealing advantage.
Yes. So she calls herself the Princess of Power.
I'm going to get bingo. I'm going to get bingo space because I had stealing an idol.
You did?
You did.
Yes. Come on. Oh, if she uses
But
it.
Oh my gosh, Coop, you had fake idol shenanigans.
Oh my gosh.
Yay.
We're all coming up bingo now.
Everything's coming up. Make it summer. I have a question actually about Parv's podium idol.
Go on.
Do the rest of her Girls Alliance know she's got this?
Well,
Because it seems like Cass
Cass
Moore.
definitely
Yeah.
saw something going on.
But no one's
It's not
really
come
like,
up, has
oh,
it?
Parv's got an idol. Like, no one's really said anything.
I feel like there's just so much going on that there's a lot we're not seeing in this edit.
Yeah.
Because there seems to be so many like things that just suddenly develop and we're like, what?
Yeah, well, kind of like Kirby and Sarah,
Yeah.
really, and like
I wonder if it'll come up later then that Cass is keeping it in her back pocket. Because they saw those, they showed those shots of her like looking back, like what's going on there?
And they know that it was on the podium. So, I mean, they must have had that conversation because...
otherwise they'd be like, is the idol still there? Where is that?
And Sari definitely knows because remember when Tony was about to be voted out and Parv still wanted to keep Tony in and she was saying, I'm just worried that Parv might give Tony the idol.
Yeah, but she didn't have it at that point. It was at the podium.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
So Sari maybe doesn't know that Parv's got it from the podium. Although I feel like she probably does.
I feel like they must, but
I
it's
feel like they
definitely
must.
not been spoken about.
Yeah. And then Parv was saying it's a group idol, wasn't she?
That old
That old
chestnut.
chestnut. Oh, it's for all.
yeah.
of us.
Yeah.
I'll play it for you if you need it.
Well,
No.
that remains to be seen, doesn't it?
If you believe that, you were born yesterday.
Right, well, back at the beach then, we've got the first kind of interactions between the new merged tribe. So straight away, Kirby's in like, what the hell is this shelter? We need to rebuild this. Using it as an opportunity to start bonding with Parv, which we've already seen her do a couple of like one-liners at the challenges, like I want to work with you, a couple of nods, that kind of
Dabbling
thing.
in the idea of an alliance.
Exactly. But then this is really the first kind of meeting that we see of them. And they both seem like they really want to work with each other at this point.
Yes, well, my note was I thought Kirby didn't know who anyone was.
Very good point. I mean, you can't not know who Parv is, surely.
Just by reputation alone, surely.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she's saying she wants to play with the Queen. And I think that's a shared sentiment between her, Sarah, and Shani. They all want to play with Parv and Sari at this point, don't they? Kirby's like absolutely giddy for it. Sarah's like fangirling over Parv. Shani's saying she's giving the people the content they want. Like they all want to work with her at this point.
I mean, if you're a queen of Survivor, you want to play with the queen of Survivor.
Absolutely. Exactly. You can see why they want to do it. We've already got then Sarah and Kirby both trying to throw the other one under the bus to Parv and Sari.
And Sarah's trying to use this like Dave connection. Which I was thinking, oh, that's interesting. So either words got back to Sarah about Dave and Parv knowing each other, or Dave's told her already.
I would say Dave's told
He must have done, because they're like long friends, aren't they? Old friends.
Old friends
The
of
old
years
friends. Yeah.
and years and years.
Yeah. And Sarah's trying to make it very clear, you know, I did not want that vote to happen. Which, I mean, she didn't, but she did vote for him. So she did have a hand in it somewhat. So
I just want to be clear. I did not want that vote to happen, but I was so ineffective. I did have to vote for him. It was not the move I wanted.
Exactly. So we're already kind of seeing like a little bit of the merged tribe dynamics when we head off to the immunity challenge. And as Lisa says, it's the drowning one.
I love that. Yeah,
I assume it was Lisa. I don't know if we actually saw it, but
I thought it was maybe Shawnee, but it might have been Lisa. But yeah, I love it. Do you know what that is? Oh, it's a drowning one.
yeah, drowning one. It
Drowning
was
one, it was.
bloody hell.
I love and hate this challenge all in one.
Well,
I mean,
All I'll say is JLP has been back on the rain dance.
yeah.
I mean, his surge button went into overdrive this
Yeah.
year. Like,
Yeah, he was bringing the surges.
He
They
was
had
like,
an added
it's those,
storm button.
he was like, it's those surges that'll get you.
yeah.
Surge button.
So this challenge then, obviously,
An iconic Survivor challenge.
iconic.
They were in the
Last
drink.
gasp.
They were fully in the drink. What do you think your technique would be? Because you see, like, some people just kind of like go to the bottom end of the cage and like try to hold their breath. Then we see this strange like snorkel.
I know what my
I'd be-
technique was. I know what it would be. It would be the George technique of, I'll just give up.
I mean, assuming that I can't do the same one, because I am similarly to Kirby, drowning is one of my big fears.
Yeah.
So I think I would actually potentially panic and just drop out. But I would go for the snorkel technique. And I think I've only just thought about it as you mentioned it then, the going to the far end of the grate as well, because if you think about it, the tide's technically going to be slightly lower because you're closer to the shore by like the smallest amount, but that could be all it takes.
Be the difference between an immunity necklace and not.
Yeah. Fun fact about this challenge as well, because I was reading up on it. In Survivor 43, US Survivor, they had a draw on this challenge.
A draw.
Two people won because the tide started going out again.
What?
Yeah, they lasted so long that they had to call off the challenge.
No.
And two people, I think both of them won immunity.
What the?
What?
Yeah, because it was like, well, the tide's going out, so it's only going to get easier now.
What? So they're like, I mean, I don't know how long the tide takes to go in and out, but yeah, like, is it not like an overnight jobby?
No, it's like a few hours.
I'm surprised they weren't just like, right, well, you'll stay until the tide comes back.
Yeah. Crew's got to eat, man.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
I could not imagine.
Did you like how when JLP was talking about the different techniques, he called it fashioning a snorkel?
Yeah. Fashioning a snorkel from your hand.
I missed that. I enjoyed that he said, just another day at the office.
Yes, I loved
yeah.
that as well. And then like a few minutes later, she's out.
Yeah, and he was shocked. He was like, wow, that's a surprise.
Well, I initially thought, is this her throwing the endurance challenge?
Oh.
But I don't think it was because she didn't know Cass was out. Because the thing about this challenge as well, just in case you need another horrible element to it, you don't know how well everyone else is doing.
Yeah, you've got no idea what's going on
Like what time it is.
God.
or,
at
like,
any point.
Well, I
you
mean,
can't hear JLP's handy commentary about snorkel.
Yeah. I mean, in some cases, I think if you have the Zen, that's quite advantageous.
Yes.
Like those players like Parv who can just
Kaelin.
zone everything out. Kaelin, and just being underwater, it just helps with that even more. But yeah.
how much did you enjoy Lisa just like dying? Like even when she got out the challenge,
I mean,
Get Dr. JLP on the scene there.
Yeah.
maybe that's what she was angling
Oh,
for.
yeah.
It was.
JLP, I'm choking.
Oh, JLP, I've swallowed so much water.
it was very relatable though. Yeah.
I know.
I think I need mouth to mouth.
She is just literally how I imagine that I would be there, just like completely.
She's how I
overwhelmed by
imagine you
all
would
the
be as well.
challenges.
She is just us, and I feel like every challenge.
Yeah. And that's not to even say she's doing that badly.
She's just a normal person.
She's just the every person, the everyman, the every person.
Yeah,
Not some obscene challenge warrior that can like
No.
hold like 10 kilograms
just-
above their head for 3 hours.
She just loves the game and has won it,
yeah.
but doesn't need to be a challenge threat to do it.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what we
see how
like. We
that
don't
develops.
always love a challenge threat, do
No.
we? So then we get this quote
Dramatic.
unquote
Wow.
historic.
Oh my god, how epic was it though? Like
It was
the rain
epic.
thundering down, the cracks of lightning in the background. It was so. I was thinking, I was like, surely this is actually.
I
getting a bit
know.
dodgy now. They're all sheltering under JLP's like little platform.
Oh, his
JLP
podium,
was
his water podium.
Yeah, he was just
Look
out
how
in the
soaked
element.
he was as well. His shirt was hanging off him. It was
I
so
noticed.
waterlogged.
You don't need to
I bet
remind
you all
us.
noticed. Yeah.
But at one point, people I thought were going to drown.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
It was
yeah.
getting very hairy, wasn't it?
Because they had obviously the tide coming up, the
Yeah.
surges, and then the rain coming down.
Well, this
and
is
not
it.
to mention the electrocution element.
That's what I thought they were dragging him out for.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it. But yeah,
I think it was it not?
possibly. Yeah.
Why? Because the gates are.
Well,
just 'cause I think
you're in
if-
water, aren't you?
Yeah, if lightning strikes water, I think it's really bad.
Oh, right.
It's like electric and water. I think.
I mean, it doesn't sound good.
Electric and water's not
yeah.
generally a good combo, is it?
And then metal gates will be like a
Oh yeah,
thing.
definitely.
Yeah.
There's
And
so
then
many
those,
elements.
like electric water Pokemon. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, there's so many elements in that challenge that are basically definitely don't want lightning involved.
Oh my God, well, literal elements.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to know, who do you think made the call? Because we know JLP is like quite a good first responder. Like, do you think he was like
He was surprised. You could tell.
That
Well,
it's
he
gone
wasn't
on so
surprised, but he
long.
was like,
getting stressed?
No, that they
Because-
called them out.
yeah, because I remember us watching it and I saw like this little head in the corner sort of coming in and I was like, oh, that's a bit dodgy. They've accidentally got someone in shot there. And then the boom started coming across. I was like, oh no, something's happening. I thought it was like a mistake, but no. So yeah, and some of the people on their shirts had like water safety on the back of their shirt.
Yeah, I just
So-
saw the medic.
Yeah, I assume there's like someone whose responsibility is for that challenge or particular challenges in those
Yeah.
to go, okay, this is, we've got to call
And
this off.
do you think they were very reluctant to call it, given that they had no backup challenge?
I mean, if you've gone to the extent of having a water medical person or water safety person,
Yeah.
you must know that there's a chance
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
That's just
challenge-
general health and
feel-
safety, though,
No, I
right?
know, but you must know that like there's a chance that this challenge could be called
And if you
off.
go to all the effort of like rigging up these like gates and stuff, the grates and everything, like you just think you would have some kind of backup
I think
challenge
the
as
thing
well in
is,
case
like,
it's.
it's a lot of effort to have a backup challenge, like a full challenge back,
Imagine.
because they're
Right,
only
okay.
going to build the challenges for the season.
Here's a
Okay.
question, right? Do you think what they did was worse with the rocks? Or do you think it would have been worse if the backup challenge was like an egg and spoon race? Or just something like really lame? Who can stand on one leg for the long
I would have rathered that than the rocks. Honestly.
Yeah, I think.
I would have
I would have rathered any kind of challenge.
Why didn't they put them back onto like one of the like yesterday's challenges?
that's-
You know, get like
yeah.
two of them each to try and use that
Yeah.
battering ram.
Or why didn't they
might
do-
have these sandbags knocking around? They could have done.
why didn't they do the
sandbags.
quiz?
The quiz. They should have done the quiz based on what's happened so far.
Yes. Oh my God. Or like, you know, who knows the most about people? They could have
Yeah.
done something.
My real question,
The
though, is
GLP quiz.
I do agree. I think rocks was a weird choice, and they definitely have the equipment lying around to have them all do a fire challenge against each other.
Oh, they could have done that.
Anything.
Something.
But it was a bit weird also because when they're doing the rocks, it's like sunny and lovely, but the rest of the episode, it's like
Well,
Maybe they couldn't do fire because of the rain.
no, but because it's all sunny and stuff. So then I'm like, was this a different day?
well, that makes me
so-
think they refilmed that bit.
Even more reason for them to have had a backup if they've had time to have a whole day.
Yeah.
They could have come up, cobbled together a quiz in a few hours for the next day.
The phrase "cobbled together" proves how bad of an idea it is to do that.
I mean, it was quite
Like-
exciting to see like a
It
bit
was.
of a peek behind the curtain.
It was.
Yeah.
I want to see behind the scenes of Survivor is just like fascinating.
Oh my
I wish there was
God.
more content out there on it.
I
'cause
feel
I'm
like
so
it needs a documentary.
I would watch the crap
Yes.
out of that.
Yeah,
yeah.
same.
I mean, my bucket list is to be able to basically do what Nick and the Drop Your Buffs podcast is doing at the moment and get to be there while they're filming the season.
Yeah. Oh, they have
Just to
been
see the whole operation of it all.
Yeah.
Like, I am fascinated by that stuff.
They did post a few behind the scenes clips actually of like Nick just like it was swamp central. It was just like
Oh, yeah, when he's in his little puddle.
Yeah, exactly. So there is some glimpses of it, but yeah, it was very thrilling.
It was
and
really
then I
cool.
liked how they did like the shot of the cage just like completely submerged. You know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
to like kind of
God, yes,
confirm.
really.
Like,
to
wow.
Tied
we didn't call this off for no reason, guys.
Yeah.
Like, they would have drowned.
Yeah.
What
But
did
then
you
why
think?
was it sunny when they were doing the rock?
I genuinely
Why couldn't they've done a fire then?
I genuinely think they filmed that at a different time.
yeah, but
I
then
think
why
there's
couldn't
no other explanation for it. Because I think
couldn't they
I
have done
think
the fire then?
I think they drew the rocks in the rain,
oh,
and then I think they refilmed it later
what?
without changing the outcome, obviously. But like I think they refilmed it.
Oh, okay.
because
now
they
that-
couldn't. They were all in like tents and gazebos and things, sheltering. from
Yeah, I'm
the
like,
rain.
what?
Okay, that has blown my mind. Okay.
And I think they put it on for the cameras
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
without changing the outcome. Got to be clear. About
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that changes things.
What do you think about this like secondary option that they were provided? Which is just
Stupid.
that
Who's gonna
nobody
pick that?
get.
I mean, it
Like,
was.
Who's going to pick
Was
that?
that meant to increase the tension?
I
or
think it was
something
just
like
to
that?
give it a bit more interesting than them just drawing rocks.
No
but-
one in their right.
Nobody-
Interesting, if
Yeah,
anything.
no one in their right mind's going to pick
Right?
that.
It's either I have a 25%
Or
chance
I have no
of winning
chance.
immunity, or I have 0%.
Yeah.
What
Who's
are you
gonna?
gonna
But
go
it,
for?
but it was weird because it kind of seemed like it was Luke. Like, well, we have to do it, but then the others were like quite quiet for a bit.
Stood there. Like,
Yeah.
Like puddings, yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Very bizarre.
Very
Also,
peculiar.
just have to touch on like how much did your heart break when Tommy thought he'd won it?
Oh no.
And they're pulling him out. He's like, I did it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I was
God.
kind
Yeah, I
of
was
pleased
gonna
that he got it after
Yeah.
that, just because like my
And it
heart
was-
really broke for him that he thought he had.
And it was his third rock draw, as you said, third time's the charm.
Oh my God, yes, yes.
Wait, third rock draw.
Well, there was the fire one,
yeah.
which, I mean, did he want that? Apparently so. And then there was the auction one.
Oh yeah, I forgot
I
about
mean,
the auction
I
one.
feel like these first two draws, he potentially dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But yeah, that one.
Did you really want the pressure of
If
making
any,
a fire?
yeah, if he was going to win any of them, this was the one he wanted to win.
Definitely. Well, back at the beach, then it's really hard for them to scramble because the rain is just like absolutely relentless.
Further evidence that the rock draw was fake.
Oh, right. Yeah. This is where we see Cerie's iconic rain look, which
Oh,
I know
yeah.
we brought up earlier on in the pod, but it
Love
is
it.
worth
She
mentioning
looks
again.
great. I actually love it.
It's one of the best things I've seen her, just kind of like running around the place in that raincoat with the hat, and yeah, brilliant.
The pure confidence is love.
Yeah. So the Aussies want Cass out. They're saying that they're going to tell Cerie and Pav that it's Lisa, but then they're actually going to vote for Cass. But Shawnee and Kirby have decided they really want to align with Cerie and Pav. So we get the four of them coming together, and Kirby pitches the Sarah vote. But there is still a bit of like uncertainty because they're not sure. Do they trust Kirby? Do they trust Sarah? Kirby then decides to tell Luke, and I really liked the scene between the two of them where Luke was like incredulous that she'd even suggested
believe it.
He was like, "You'll chop us up. You'll
Yeah.
chop us up."
You'll burn your game and you'll burn mine.
Yeah. Did you like as well that he kept saying like, "You can't swing in now"?
Yeah.
Like, I've never heard that expression, "swing in." I loved
I
it. It's
loved
like
it.
just wait and then swing in later.
I loved it.
It was great.
Yeah, because he was saying he'd support the vote, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was all for it at a later date, just not right then. But obviously, it's a short game. They feel like they've got to make these moves quickly, and they've got to make big moves.
Got to swing.
They've got to swing in. Yeah.
I think an interesting one about this vote was that the rest of the world tribe weren't in on it.
Yeah. So who did they vote for in this? Was it?
Janine.
Oh, Janine. Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. It was really just the.
It was
core
very
four.
split. So there was the core four who all did the Sarah vote, and then you
Yeah.
had the Janine from the rest of the world,
Yeah.
and then you had Luke and Janine and Shawnee. No,
not
Shawnee's
Shawnee.
in it. Luke
Sarah.
and Janine and Sarah thinking they were doing the plan where they pretended it was Lisa, but actually voted Kat.
Yeah, it was quite an interesting
elements.
vote, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot going on.
And then it just meant those four could come over the top of it because there was so much going on.
Look at you getting over the top.
Oh my God, the lingo.
But yeah, no, it was like a good tribal. I really enjoyed this one actually because I wasn't too sure where it was going to land for a time there. It obviously leaves Janine and Luke really on the outs.
Yes.
Also, we think at the time, and yeah, really solidifies those as the core four alliance. I actually enjoy that four as an alliance. I think it is quite iconic.
I liked it, but then I also like that they're not just riding that till the end. Very much not riding that
Yeah,
till the end.
same. There's
Rapidly
no
falls
time.
apart.
No time for that in this series.
Another thing I loved was JLP asking Parv about, and she was telling him she thinks Survivor's pretty toxic in general.
I thought you were going to say, because I really liked how JLP was describing being at that you can be at the bottom of the tribe and nobody wants to dance with you.
Oh.
And then before you know it, you've turned into the belle of the ball and everyone wants to dance with you. I thought that was quite a good analogy.
I want to mention Suri when she voted for Sarah and she said it's nothing personal, just survivor business.
Oh, yeah.
Survivor business.
Yeah, we thought that might have been a nod to Janine, because business. But
But then she didn't vote.
No,
but
before we saw the
knew.
vote, we thought maybe.
Oh, I
it
get
was,
you. Yeah.
When we just heard the vote,
Yes.
we were like, could be Janine. But yeah, no, it was a good one. I enjoyed it too. Sarah, completely blindsided, did not see that coming. And another big player out the game.
So for episode 3, again, opens when it's nighttime. And I've noted very unsettling soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, woo.
Very dramatic soundtrack this episode.
Like a horror movie. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was. I really also enjoyed this chat that we had about Kirby and Parv being the perfect storm.
Yes.
And I quite enjoyed, I think it was actually in the previous episode where Parv was saying she's a black widow and Kirby's the black mamba.
Yes.
Which I really
like that.
enjoy that analogy. They're both like iconic,
Yes.
deadly players.
Yes. We also get Janine and Luke having a wee debrief about everything that's happened. And do they still want to say Australia is strong?
No, they do not. I think Luke says F them.
I think Janine said that.
Does it?
Janine said F 'em.
Does it? The sheep.
Yeah.
Yes.
What the?
I know.
Immunity challenge.
This challenge, right? So obviously we have the debacle the day before when it goes on too long and it starts like raining and then you drown.
Yeah.
This one, I feel like they've designed to be the shortest possible challenge ever. Do you feel like it was like, oh, we'll make people like maybe lift 5% of their body weight and then after challenge the day before they decided 15%.
Yeah.
Need to get this done.
Started dropping out. And it was, you thought it'd been there a while. 2 minutes.
It was,
Yeah.
Less than a minute for his
less than a minute. Like that is.
Shawnee's out in 2 minutes. And it looked like longer.
It did. I just
We
want
thought
to
in real
try.
time.
I want to try yeah. I want to try these challenges sometimes because when you're like, is it that?
Yeah,
I mean,
isn't it?
obviously,
of
it is,
course,
but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you think me and you are gonna go and just do bear?
I mean, I would be flabbergasting, but no. But
I think we could do a minute.
do you reckon?
Well, I mean, if we'd slept properly and not in a shelter.
Yeah. And we'd been
Hadn't been-
training for 2 to 3 years.
and hasn't been near drowned the day before.
Yeah. I know they really go through it, don't they? So yeah, they're literally dropping like flies. Luke is struggling and JLP says it's never pretty with Luke.
The shade.
But I know exactly the shade of it all. So yeah, very, not really much to say about this immunity challenge, to be honest.
It was over so fast.
It was over extremely fast. Parv and Cass were at the end again. I kind of thought maybe, actually, they can't. JLP kind of alluded to the
JLP
deal.
mentioned if they wanted to make a deal, and Parv was like, shh.
Yeah, she did not want to make the deal. But then I think she quickly realised,
Yeah.
actually, she doesn't.
Yeah, she's done for anyway.
Yeah. But potentially she could have tried to frame it as though it was her dropping as part of the deal. So then she's off the
wondered.
hook
Yeah,
about it.
I was thinking that.
But maybe
I don't
Cass
think
was
Cass
just...
would have. She'd been like, no, I'm going to win this anyway.
It's a bloody challenge, but she wasn't even breaking a sweat
was
or
not.
anything,
She was
was
just
she?
chilling, checking her shoe.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We need her energy in the gym.
Yeah. So then it was like 15 minutes, that challenge. That was how long? 15.
Christ.
Wow.
What do they do for the rest
That's
of
a
the day?
short challenge, that.
Short day for JLP.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe he was quite like traumatized by like you said, the happenings of the day before.
I would say.
Needed to be back in his digs, as Suri would say.
Back in his digs, watching live footage.
Yeah. I wonder if he's hanging out with like Nick behind stage. Nah.
No, it's probably not allowed to until. Actually, Nick's not in the jury. Never mind. I was thinking like Nick being on the jury, but
Nick's jury
Next
stint has been so iconic in the
Nick
past.
should
You just
always
think
be on the
he's-
jury.
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't even on jury for All Stars.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah.
Should have been.
He should have been. A jury's never the same without Nick.
No, we've never reached the giddy highs of season 1 of Nick's jury question, have we?
Was it a question?
Was it a question or was it a monologue?
Statement. And a great
Scathing,
statement.
scathing monologue.
Oh, so you know what? This never got brought up again. But not only does Cass win the immunity necklace, but she wins a scroll.
Yes, and she can't open
yeah.
it
Can't open it until
After
tomorrow.
the vote, yeah.
does
to the
that
next
mean?
day.
I know, but it didn't even show it on the next time.
Oh,
did it?
yeah.
So I'm very intrigued about what
Maybe it's another rubbish scroll.
Do you think she'll get everyone together and read it out to them all like Max did?
I mean, yeah, that's the only thing to do, isn't it? Obviously.
I can't wait to see what's on that, actually. It better be something good.
Oh, I know.
I would hope that it's bring someone back from the dead.
I was hoping that, but then I actually thought she's not going to like you can choose King George or David or Tony.
Yeah. I mean, it's in Survivor, you want everybody else out. So
Yeah.
to bring someone back is like the worst reward.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, unless like maybe your allies, but unless like maybe Luke won that scroll and then he's bringing back David.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. But even I don't think you would want to bring someone
No.
back, even if they were your ally at this point, because it's just one more person to get rid of.
Exactly. You never want to bring anyone back.
I would hazard a guess that it's going to be an extra vote at the next tribal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the most boring advice.
It is pretty, and I've also I've never seen it work out well. Like I've never
No.
seen it come to
Never has
fruition.
any impact.
Yeah, because I think Nick's had that before, and it didn't
No.
come off, and then
Maybe it has more of an impact when there's not tons of them.
yeah, maybe it will be a send somebody home from tribal.
Back to camp, you mean?
Yeah, back
Maybe, yeah.
like what Max had.
He kept saying send them home.
Yeah, he kept saying them all. Maybe it will be. To be fair, every time we've seen that where people can get sent away from tribal, it's always hilarious.
Oh, it's been brilliant
It was the time with
entertainment.
Max, then the time George did
The
it.
time George saved everybody by sending them back to camp.
That's why I decided to say the 5 weakest in the tribe.
And that was the start of George being one of the most iconic players.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, well, remains to be seen. We'll find out next week. Luke does an iconic confession. Luke's confessionals have been really good this season.
They've been saving him some
comedy
good ones.
gold.
Yeah.
Always.
So-
It
always.
bodes well, I think.
Yeah, because they're showing him. He always delivers in the confessionals.
He does. Do you want to drop his line? That he
Oh, well, he says it's been a right cluster frick.
I
And
very
he
much
also-
enjoyed that.
He says that he ain't laying down like no dead animals.
Yeah. He's ready for a fight this episode. So, right. We need to try to break this down because Luke, right, this is my biggest flabbergasting moment of this episode.
You flim-flammed bamboozled.
I'm beyond flim-flammed. So Luke and Janine, have established are an incredibly strong, tight alliance.
Power couple, you might say.
I would say.
Right.
Yeah, I would say. Well, not really a power couple because they're not in power at this time, but if they were on the
power.
if they were on the top of the tribe, they would be a power couple. However,
power bottoms.
Power bottoms. Yeah, there we go. So they decide, right, they're in trouble basically. So Janine has a confessional where she says they're going to divide and conquer.
Right.
But I'm just cannot get over this because they don't seem to tell each other what the actual plan is that they're trying to achieve. So they both go off and achieve completely different outcomes.
And they
the
don't
divide.
reconvene.
And they don't reconvene.
All the divide, none of the conquer.
Yeah.
What?
I don't
very weird.
understand how that happened.
How does it end up then with Luke and Shawnee coming for Sari, and then you've got Janine completely doing her own thing and organising this Kirby blindside, which Luke would have been on board with, you imagine, if she told him.
Yeah, because Luke was very annoyed at Kirby for breaking up the Aussie, chopping them up and swinging in and whatever he was saying.
Oh, I had a thought.
Go on.
Are they trying to do an AJ and Miles where they pretend they're not as close as they are? So they don't vote together.
Do you think this is another thing that we've not seen in the edit? Them
I was
going to
say, surely we'd have seen that.
They must have had some kind of conversation.
They must
so
have.
peculiar. Because either that or it's just the other AJ Miles thing where they both have separate plans. I'm doing a thing, you're doing a thing. Will my thing interfere with your thing?
They just never had
Changes
time
nothing.
to come back together and
What?
figure out what was going on.
But we need more information about this because Luke. Sorry.
Why would Janine leave Luke and Shawnee voting for Suri?
I know, because
surely that's not a good position to be in.
You do not want to miss that shot, and they have missed it. So they're on her target list now.
I don't get it.
Side note, I am so here for Shawnee because
yes.
she is she's established at the start of this season that she's not doing the whole best friend thing. So she's voted with this iconic alliance, Kirby, Parv and Suri, for the last vote. That's enough time for her. She's ready to move on now and do something else, which I just love. And I love seeing her with Luke because we know that Shawnee does really well when she's in a kind of fun, mischievous alliance. And I feel like those two are quite fun together.
Yeah, well, Shawnee says, will we just do something psycho and join those three?
Yeah, I was literally like, yes, please. Let's do something
love
psycho.
that.
Yeah, so then Luke goes off to talk to them. He says he's going on a world trip.
Yeah.
Round the world.
Round the world.
Quebec, Finland, and wherever that other one's from. Literally New Zealand, just across the sea. I don't know if he did that on purpose or not.
Oh, maybe. I also noted that Janine says Kaz won immunity, which sucks.
Yeah. Janine's also delivering like some comedic gold this season, isn't she?
She's doing a confessional about how she knows how to get the best out of these people. These people being Suri.
Yeah. And she makes a comment of like, if you think I'm telling you what's best for you, I'm telling you what's best for me kind of thing. She's playing the game hard. I think I've saw online people saying she's the godmother is godmothering.
I was about to say that she's godmothering around this episode.
Yeah, she really is. I'm really here at the moment for Janine, Luke, and Shawnee.
Yeah.
Like that's and I hesitate to say this because of our previous history of favourite players so far this season.
The triple elimination or no, there's 3 episodes next week.
No.
Imagine.
That's the
yeah. Shawnee, Luke, and Janine, favourite players.
No. I do really enjoy this conversation we get between Janine and Suri because Janine is approaching Suri and asking, like, do you think I can trust Kirby? I get the sense that she's lying to me.
Yeah.
And Suri just kind of like falls under the spell a little bit, doesn't she? She's like, yeah, I don't. But we know, I guess, from a previous episode that Suri is scared of Kirby.
Yeah, and sus on her.
Yeah. So I think she's really kind of open to that Kirby vote as we see. So.
Yeah, and I think potentially Suri sees Kirby as a threat with her Bezzy mates between her and Parv.
Yeah.
Not a wrong take, really.
No, not at all.
Definitely not.
Well, I mean, yeah, it didn't seem like at the time, but apparently.
Okay, well, let's talk. Let's talk Parv and Kirby. Well,
Yeah.
It seemed like the start of a beautiful friendship.
It really did.
The start of the episode, they were ride or dies. They were aligned. They were both wearing green.
They were flirting away.
Yeah. It was great to see like these two massive players coming together in what seemed like it could have been like a historic alliance.
And Kirby was telling Parv about how she's still traumatized from Ferris and the idol. I really loved him getting the notes there.
Yeah. Do you think that was true? Or do you think she was just trying to show some vulnerability?
I mean, a little bit of both, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Did Kirby know Parv has an idol? Or was she just saying it?
I don't think she does, at least not that we've seen.
I don't think.
Not that we've seen, yeah. But I think they would have brought that up potentially.
Another moment I absolutely loved was Suri coming up to them and saying, "What are you bitches up to?" Yeah. Just makes me die.
I would love to be on that beach with Suri.
Oh, she's just so fun.
I would be like, just talk to me. Just say stuff.
In your rain gear.
Yeah, in the rain. Yeah, I only ever want to see Suri in rain gear from here on out. So anything else you want to add about the scramble? I don't really have too much before tribal.
It's just, it was when they were going into tribal, it was like very chaotic. It was just like, who is even voting for who? And if she plays the idol, what's going to happen? I was sitting there mapping it out.
Yeah, it wasn't clear at all because we get a lot from Parv saying like potentially if she uses this idol to save Kirby, Kirby's going to be her dragon forever. She also, we should note, makes a promise that she's never going to write down Kirby's name. Now, and we see how that ends up. So the actual tribal itself, we have to talk about the line from Sari where she says she's flim-flammed, bamboozlement and hoodwinks. Flim-flammed. I loved that so much. I've not heard it before. Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
I think I have.
Flim-flammed.
Do you know where I've heard it, right?
Go on.
Chicago, the musical. I'm surprised you don't know
Oh
it.
my God, I was just listening to it like on Sunday night.
It's that song, Razzle Dazzle, and then he says, give him the old flim flam phonics.
Oh, it does. So yeah, I love that line, and I love
Keep a
how
lookout for it when you go see Chicago.
I will, absolutely. And JLP, I think, even makes a comment on it as well, doesn't he?
He loves it. He brings it up. He really like references when she first says it, and then he brings it up again, doesn't he? As his
for his final parting words.
Do you think that was him on the fly doing that?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, because he didn't know
You
she was.
don't. Will thinks that he gets them written for him.
No, I don't.
Oh,
No, I don't. I think he writes them in the break while they're counting the vote.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
But I think he writes them himself and maybe runs them past some people. But yeah,
Yeah,
think
I
it's
wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame him for that
No.
because it needs to be strong.
for sure. Exactly, it's his parting words. It's got to be good.
Yeah. So Luke just tells everyone, lays it all out with what's happened between Kirby and Sarah.
Oh, yeah. That was a bit of a bombshell, wasn't it?
Luke's been had some interesting moves this season. I wouldn't call them
Yeah.
moves, but he's just playing fast and loose.
But is he doing that fast and look? You mean?
Hey, yeah.
Hey, is he doing this because he knows that Kirby's going to be voted out? So he's kind of laying the groundwork for her betraying her ride or dies?
I don't think he knows that she's being voted out, though, does he? Because he voted for
I know.
Lisa.
But was that discussed?
Was it Lisa
no,
he voted for?
Sari.
Sari, yeah, sorry.
But was it discussed with him and Janine? We're coming back to this again, but did he do it because in case of an idol?
I just cannot believe that they haven't discussed this vote, given how strong that alliance was.
I can't get my head around it.
No, neither can I.
It's not as if they were just like, right, we're dividing, right, see ya, have a good game, I'll maybe see you at Cherry Villa. Like, what?
But then I also think if Luke did know that Kirby was getting voted out, he maybe wouldn't have dropped the bombshell quite as much, because if Kirby's going to the jury, then he would surely want to keep her somewhat in the good books.
I think Luke just sometimes sort of speaks before he really thinks about the consequences. Like not in a harsh way, he's just fast and Luke.
You know what? I think it was also speaking to how good JLP is as host, because he asks him a question. He initially, Luke, responds with a somewhat vague, beating around the bush kind of answer. And then JLP prods again, and then he spills the beans. So it's potentially he's just got by
He got JLP'd.
I reckon JLP could get a murder confession out of an innocent person.
I would say so. Yeah. Did you think that Parv was going to play the idol?
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I didn't know going into it. I could tell at the time that she wasn't going to play it.
What, because she wasn't really looking at Kirby?
Yeah, and just the thing is that Parv is such a player. She's in the game for herself.
Yeah.
Never be under the delusion that she's not. And obviously she unfortunately caught Kirby under her spell. I think there was a genuine connection there, but Parv still is playing the game to win, and that idol's hers. She's only going to use it on herself.
Yeah, I don't think much good could have really come of her playing the idol for Kirby.
No, because
then she's burnt a lot of other bridges.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically just got Kirby then, kind of, as she does that, I would say.
Yeah. But then again, like she said, Kirby is that big threat, that big shield. But I don't know. I think Parv.
I think if you use your idol
idol
on someone else, there's a very good chance that the next vote, it's either you or them are still going to go home the next vote, because you've delayed the inevitable for them, or you've annoyed people and they're going to come for you next.
Yeah, I think you're right. So
Especially if like the vast majority of the tribe wanted to vote Kirby out. And
Exactly.
we've seen that with Miles, haven't we? When he played his idol and changed the whole like plan.
Yeah.
And he only got away with it because everyone's like, oh, it's just Miles
Classic
doing Miles.
Miles,
Classic
yeah.
Miles, just doing it for a laugh. Whereas I don't think Parv would get that same, oh, just Parv having a laugh.
Yeah, you're right. So a good move by Parv then, I think. But it was quite heartbreaking to see Kirby go out, to be honest.
She's so shocked. And then like Luke whispering, Curb's got toasted.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't help. Yeah. I did feel so, it felt really brutal. It felt
Yeah.
like worse than usual. Like everyone knows it's a game, right? But it's impossible not to be emotionally invested in situations like that, and especially with the little relationship they had going there. It looked really like, they were making a real genuine connection, and it wouldn't be as bad if it was like a couple of votes in the future, but because it was the same day,
The same day.
it cuts really deep.
Yeah.
She promised never to write our names down. And then you saw Curb saying to Parv, what did you do? What have you
she
done? And
knew,
Parv's just not looking at her.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always like,
Sorry, go on.
well, it's not always, but when it's a player that you really like, it's
Yeah.
so painful to see when the penny drops and they realize, this is going to be me.
And it did seem to kind of come out of nowhere for
Even Kirby's
was
like
sitting
post
pretty.
vote like interview,
Yeah,
she was just
so
like,
shocked.
I just
I
don't have anything
know.
else to say.
Hoodwinked.
Yeah,
Bamboozled.
flim flammed.
She was onto a winner in my book. Like I was thinking, if she wins, like she could win this game. She's playing it so well. Somewhat of a big game. She probably painted a little bit too much of a target on her back, but it was painful to see her go.
Black Widowed.
She did.
But so impressive to see Kirby coming in as arguably one of the, well, she's one of the more recent players from the start. And not a big Survivor super fan. She's not got that massive legacy behind her, but she came in swinging.
Yeah,
she was
she
not
did.
afraid of anybody. She wasn't afraid of the Golden God.
No.
She was just like, I'm just going to play this game and I'm going to play it hard.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, she came up against the Black Widow of all people.
She's got a Survivor Legends title now, I would say. Like, people are going to know who Kirby is.
The thing is, like, I don't, like, Parv wouldn't have instigated that vote.
Yeah.
It's because it was going on, because Janine was godmothering around, came up with that name.
She was wheeling and dealing.
Wheeling and dealing. She knows how to get the best out of these people. And she really got Cerise sold on it.
Yeah.
Cass and Tommy were very on board. And then it kind of was the stage where Parv was the last person, really, that needed to jump on.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Parv was going round pushing.
No,
Yeah.
she was not in control of that vote.
No, she
at all,
wasn't.
which
She had
makes me
to-
feel like in the next episode she's going to be on the offensive.
Yeah.
Because she's realised, actually, although she's got this power with the idol and things,
Yeah.
she's actually not that much in control, because everyone around her's like, I don't want to do what Parvs is doing.
Yeah, you know, I actually like how kind of fluid it's been for the last few episodes since. We obviously had the Tony vote, which was very upsetting and we kind of saw coming. But since then, it's been very like Titans v Rebels level of people working together, then jumping ship, then working together again. And
It's
then,
way more interesting that way, isn't it?
Yeah, I love
Like,
it.
Just fluid alliances. People have an alliance for one vote and then all bets are off.
The best kind of
Anyone can
alliance.
match up again. Yeah. It's
a
great.
one vote alliance.
Oh my God. It's so dull when it's the same alliance the whole way
Yeah.
through.
Boring.
I really want to see that chopping and changing.
Yeah, I like
and
it.
yeah.
And we're seeing it.
And we're seeing it. We're delighted.
Yeah.
Oh
Love
God,
it.
well, what are they going to chop and change next episode?
Imagine, right? Next episode, we open and it is literally just Redemption Rock. And it's
All of
just
them.
George, Dave, and Tony. Not Sarah, because she's on the jury.
Yeah.
It's literally those three. And it's a whole episode about those three on an island together.
I honestly think I would have like died and gone to heaven. Like I cannot think of a better.
I can't imagine the interaction.
It turns out
three
there's
of them.
actually 2 seasons here, and it just turns into a spin-off season where it's them playing another game of Survivor.
You've been sent to another island and
Yeah.
you've got Boston Rob
Oh
and
my
Sandra. Ferris is there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
crikey.
God, I would love that so
Oh my
much.
God, imagine. And those three are a new tribe.
Yeah.
Those three are a new tribe against Sandra, Boston Rob, and who's the third? Who'd we win?
What about Carolyn?
Oh.
I'll just go for Danielle. But yeah, that would be next level.
Next level.
Oh, part of me just does feel sad that we'll never get to see Tony, George, and Dave play together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know as well, another missed opportunity, because I just feel like you've got them back. Just force them all to be on the jury. They need to do their jury duty. And then we could have had like a jury villa, you know, with Rob, Bentelli, and then you can Dave arriving, and then George arriving.
Actually, that would be good if
That
it
would
was
be
like
it, yeah.
George, Dave, Rob, and Tony
Yeah.
are just on Exile Island
The four
figuring it out.
The four of them.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to see that. I just basically wanted to see like a few weeks of non-Olims. But
Yes. Just a few weeks of like George bumbling around camp and like Tony in the dead of night isle hunting with his torch in the mangroves.
Oh, I know. So many missed opportunities. But
Well,
another great week.
yes, can't believe it's just one more week left.
One more week.
What?
And then we're back in the drought of the off season.
One more week,
In the drink.
kind of two. Because we have one more week and then the finale is technically a new week.
Oh, is it?
Because it's on that Sunday.
Oh, so it's just
well,
one
I mean,
episode on the Sunday.
That's
As
okay.
far as I know, yeah. I might be wrong.
Well, we'll wrap it up there then. Another fantastic week of flim-flamming, bamboozlement and hoodwinkery going on Australia versus the world. If you've liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok, where we are at Make It Submerge Pod. We'll be sharing all of our favourite moments throughout the week. And you can catch us again here next week. Bye.